What's going on, guys? Jonah Mathis here. So today we're doing something a little different than what I normally do, not reviewing a soundbar or anything like that, but today I want to answer some of your questions. I just hit 20,000 subscribers on YouTube, so I really do appreciate that. Thank you to each and every one of you for subscribing to my channel and watching my videos. It really does mean a lot to me. But I want to take some of your questions, answer them regarding, YouTube itself, different soundbar systems, my suggestions on things, and things of that nature. So let's jump into it. Question number 1 from Marciano Garcia. Do you ever think of going bigger? For example, I have two Tower Sherwin Vega XLS. Your video has encouraged me to sell and get the Sonos Arc and subwoofer. Nice choice. Do you ever think of going bigger like I had? Not really. I mean, I like the soundbar systems for a reason. They're very compact. They're very easy to set up. The cable situation is much simpler than running cables to the wall to get your rears. It's just a lot easier than having to deal with the separates, the receiver, all of that. And I think that's why soundbars are really starting to expand in the market. So not really. I mean, maybe to test, just to make literally just to make videos on. But as far as daily use, unless I have a dedicated home theater, I don't really see myself switching. I think I'll stick with a more flagship soundbar, similar system. Next question from Petru. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. Was it difficult to get started? I think he's referring to YouTube. So yeah, YouTube was super difficult to get started. I tried to start back in December of 2018, and I didn't officially start on YouTube. I wouldn't say my official start date was until March of 2020. So basically right when the pandemic hit, that's when I decided, all right, I'm going to make the jump into YouTube and I'm really going to take it seriously. Prior to that, literally a year and a half, I wanted to do it, but couldn't find the confidence to actually get started and get motivated to actually, make videos. So yeah, very difficult to get started, but very happy I did it. Next question from Alfredo Cole. Are soundbars better than home theater systems now? Is the Sonos Arc the best soundbar of 2020? Is it future-proof? Well, let's go over the first one. Are soundbars better than home theater systems now? I don't think they're better than home theater systems. I think they're simpler. And I think that's why a lot more people are flocking to them rather than going with, traditional home theater systems. They're just really simple. They're simple, they're wireless, they're easy to set up. So that's why people go to them. I don't think that they're better as far as audio quality, but better as in very easy and simple. Is Sonos Arc the best soundbar of 2020? I think it depends on who you ask. Sonos is very much like a love or hate type brand, where some people absolutely love Sonos and will stick by them no matter what product they make. And then there's other people that absolutely hate Sonos and will trash any product that they make regardless of how good it is, because I like to compare Sonos as the Apple of the audio market, because their stuff is beautiful. They make very good looking products, but they are expensive and you do pay a premium for that. They also integrate very, very well together. The Sonos ecosystem is just incredible and very simple for anyone to set up. And I think that's why people like Sonos so much. And is it future proof? I think so. Making the switch from Sonos went from Sonos S1 to Sonos S2 as far as their application update and how all their products link together. So I think it's future proof. I mean, you see a lot of people that got real upset about the S1, S2 upgrade, but really it only left 3 products out there that can't fully do everything that S2 can. So no, I don't see it. I think they're future proof. It'll be fine. Another question from Petru. What does your setup look like and what equipment do you use to make your YouTube videos? Well, starting off for the camera. So my current camera that I'm using now, and I've basically been using for the last 2 or 3 videos, they're the Sony A7S III, which is one of the highest end Sony cameras that they've just made. So fairly new and definitely a major upgrade from what I was using before. I love this camera. It looks fantastic compared to my old setup, which was a Lumix G7. And, at the time that was a good camera, but, I think I bought it 2.5 years ago for $800 for the camera and the lens. So I'm very, very happy with the Sony A7S III. As far as computer, I used to use an MSI laptop. It was a gaming laptop to edit all my videos. And now I have a pretty sweet desktop rig that I just bought pre-built. So I guess the major specs of that, it uses an Intel i9 9900K and a RTX 3080. And then there's 48 gigabytes of RAM, I believe. But that's the main things I use to make the videos. Another question from Marciano Garcia. Also, do I really need the surround speakers, or question mark, my sofa is against the wall in my now smaller living room? I think surround speakers make a difference regardless if the sofa or whatever you're sitting on is against a wall. Like if you've seen my living room, the Sonos ones are actually just sitting on the little tables next to the sofa. Like there's no room behind us. It's up against a wall. But for me, it sounds perfectly fine. It works good enough. I mean, ideally you want it to be actually behind you, like at least a foot. But if you can't do that, I mean, just it doesn't have to be the perfect setup. It's just whatever is ideal for your room. All right, couple questions from Everything Star Wars. Does it matter what HDMI cord I use to connect my Apple TV to my receiver? Will I get better sound/image if I use HDMI, ARC, Ethernet, high speed? HDMI cables are very interesting as far as like how they're marketed. No, not really. Unless you're like pushing 8K at 120 frames per second or something crazy like that. No matter what HDMI cable you're using, it's really not going to make that much of a difference. Should you use an HDMI cable that's like 10 years old? Probably not. But basically any new HDMI cable that you buy is going to do exactly what you need it to do now. His next question, also, what does cooling your AV receiver and or projector do? Slightly better image quality, sound, or just a prolonged lifespan? Don't think you'll get better image quality or sound. I think you will get a much improved lifespan, especially with projectors. From Alexandru Capatina, he says, congrats. I watched all of your soundbar videos, but I'm on a tight budget and can't get the Sonos set up right now. Will you be reviewing the upcoming JBL Multibeam 5.0? Probably not a specific review. I may do like an overview video with that one included. No, it's hard to do like specific reviews of individual products just because I could literally, I can make 40 of those, and I don't want to just do single reviews of everything. I'd like to try and broaden just a little bit more where I'm covering multiple things in single videos. I think single reviews of products could get very boring very quickly, and I don't want that. So I may not do an individual review of it, but will I get it and do some testing with it? Very likely, yes. Hope that answers your question. I'm not sure how to pronounce his name, but he says Sonos Arc, Sub, and 1SLs, or wait for the Klipsch Cinema 1200. That's a good question, actually. I'm really excited for the Klipsch Cinema 1200 to come out. I've pre-ordered it. I'll be getting it as soon as it's available, which I think it's slotted for like March 29th as of right now. That's hard to say. I mean, I haven't heard it, and many people haven't heard it either, so it's hard to compare. Unless you're just dying to upgrade your system now, I'd just wait and see what the Klipsch Cinema 1200 sounds like. It could blow the Sonos Arc out of the water. I'm not really sure. It's, similar price, $1,500, I believe is what the retail price is. So not really sure yet. We'll just have to wait and see. RVB Drolf says, I'd love to hear your opinion on the latest Bose soundbars like the 300, 500, 700. My question, would you consider the soundbar category to be the most innovative regarding home theater? Opinion on the Bose soundbars, they definitely sound great. I think they're a little outdated. Maybe not the 3 and 500, but the 700 is a little outdated as far as not having Dolby Atmos capabilities. I think that's something that they definitely need to look into. As of right now, Bose doesn't have any Dolby Atmos soundbars, which is way behind in the audio category of soundbars because that's the newest thing that kind of everyone's pushing for. They definitely need to do that. Bose makes great systems. Bose is very much like Sonos, where people either absolutely love them or they don't like them at all. However, Bose is kind of behind on some of the technology ends, where Sonos is a little ahead in that category. Except Sonos not really, using DTS, unfortunately. They're good soundbars. It's just hard to compare the two right now because Bose are, they're just older systems. Would you consider the soundbar category to be most innovative regarding home theater? I think so right now. Either that or like WiSA compatible systems, like completely wireless home theater systems, where you're just plugging in all the different components to the power and then they wirelessly sync up together. So I think those two areas are very innovative right now. Normal home theater speakers, I don't think there's a whole lot of innovation going on there. A lot of companies have mastered the art of like big tower speakers. Like they mastered that art, a decade ago. But all these different wireless systems with wireless streaming and things like that, that's where things are really starting to get crazy and, really, really cool. So I think, it's probably the most innovative category right now. Next question from Afraz Ali. What are your thoughts on the newly announced 950A? Oh, that's right. That was unveiled at CES. That was the 11.1.4 channel system. So I did see some of it, but I mean, I guess all I'll say is I'll hope that it's a lot better than the Q950T. Let's just say that. I'm not sure why they're calling it the Q950. It makes no sense at all. The naming system on that? That's so weird. Yeah, it'll be an interesting soundbar. I'll be getting it once it's released, of course, to do a thorough review of it. But, I hope it's much better than Q950T. Let's just leave it there. Another question from Petru. He says, how has your journey on YouTube been until now? What were the ups and downs until now? YouTube journey has been pretty awesome. With 50 subscribers to 20,000 now in 9 months, 8 or 9 months. So it's been a ton of work, like a ton of work that goes on behind the scenes as far as testing. And then just once I've done all the testing, compiling that information into a video where I can explain it to people, like that's always the most difficult part. I can sit around and listen to systems and hear the differences myself, but then putting that into words and filming a video of it is much more difficult, especially to explain it in like a super simple way. It's been very stressful, but it's been super fun too. It's been very challenging to like learn new skills and present myself on camera. That's always been something I've been scared of. So like kind of facing your fears and doing things that you're scared of while also learning new skills too. So it's been really cool. I've enjoyed it. A lot of ups. I mean, the downs have been like, staying up till 1 or 2 a.m. Trying to get videos edited or outlining videos so that I can, get them out on a decent, upload schedule. Mostly ups. It's been good. Lynn Ferry says, what do you suggest for a solution to a soundbar that is too tall to fit in front of a stand mounted TV? The new TVs are quite low. Put a platform of some kind under the stand to allow your TV to be raised up just enough to not have the soundbar block the screen. Thanks. Yeah, that's kind of difficult. If you have a TV on a stand, especially like the TV I have behind me right now, that's a Samsung. The stand is pretty low to the ground. It can be difficult if you have like a thicker soundbar where it just kind of covers the screen. So you can try putting the TV on some like sturdier stand of some sort. You could try Soundbase. Soundbase is where the TV actually sits on top of it. You could try just mounting the soundbar above the TV if the TV is on a lower stand. Although the sound may not be coming from like an ideal height, maybe a little too high, but it's better than if it's covering the screen on the bottom. So you can try that, try lifting the TV up a little bit. I always enjoy just mounting the TV to the wall. Like that's the best solution I found. Although that could be difficult if it's like in a corner or something like that. Mounting the TVs is a better solution in my opinion. But if you can't do that, then you'll have to just raise the TV up in some way that you can. Sorry, I couldn't answer your question the best way possible. LOL guy says, waiting for your ultimate $500 budget soundbar comparison. When is it coming? Any news? By the way, love your vids. Well, thank you. Yeah, I know that's a much awaited video, the $500 budget soundbar comparison. Doing the Dolby Atmos one, where I took the 6 soundbars, the Samsung Q950T, Vizio Elevate, Sonos Arc, LG SN11RG, Nakamichi Shockwave Ultra, and I think JBL Bar 9.1. Like doing all of those in one video, like completely destroyed me. If I'm being honest, easily that video took 100+ hours to make, between like reviewing all the systems and actually listening to them, compiling all those thoughts into an outline, and then like actually recording that outline in a single like take. So that took a lot out of me. The video did do extremely well, and it brought in a ton of new subscribers to the channel. So I'm happy that brought in a lot of people, and a lot of people are seeing my channel because of that. So I definitely will be doing one. Me and my fiance are moving into our home within the next month or so. So definitely not going to happen within the next 2 or 3 months. But I think maybe mid-year is probably when it can happen. Once we're a little settled into our home and have just a little bit more time to dedicate to a really extensive video like that. Definitely look forward to it. It's going to be a good video. I'm giving myself a little break until that point because it took a lot out of me to make the last one. And I think that's going to do it for this one. I know it's very different of a video than what I'd normally do. Typically I'm just doing soundbar reviews or comparisons, answering general tech questions about sound. But I wanted to do this as a, saying thank you for 20,000 subscribers. It's been a big milestone for me, so I really do appreciate everyone subscribing. I thought it would be fun to do something different, answer some questions. So if you enjoyed this video, I'd appreciate it if you clicked the like button. If you didn't enjoy this, you hated this, you didn't like it, click dislike, let me know in the comments down below, and I'll be sure not to do another one. Of course, if you're not subscribed to the channel, you're probably not watching this video, but if you are, I'd appreciate it if you click the subscribe button. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.